just like to pass over to you, Susie, to speak about the professional standards and learning voices, and where this links in to the responsibility of all teachers and practitioners. Over to you, Susie.
Thanks so much, Betsy. Lovely to be back again with this great community, and apologies that you can't see my face, you can just see my profile. I'm not just being shy, I promise. My camera's just not working very well this afternoon, so you can look at the nice picture of me in the summer instead of the haggard version in February. That's a special gift just from me to you. So as Betsy's saying, I'm Susie Aldis. I'm a Teaching Standards Education Officer with the General Teaching Council for Scotland, and really looking forward to this session today, focused on young people, and in particular having our guests with us, our pupils from Edinburgh and West Lothian secondary schools that have been kind enough to join us today. I'm just going to give a short input to explore what the professional standards for teachers say about young people, looking through, of course, our lens of learning for sustainability. So on to the next slide, please. So just taking a little step back for a moment and thinking about, what you actually need to do in order to be a teacher in Scotland. There's 3 things. You need to be educated with a teaching degree. You need to join the Register of Teachers, and you need to achieve and maintain your professional standards. And it's our job at the General Teaching Council for Scotland, of course, to make sure that all of these things are happening so that our young people can trust that their teachers are qualified to look after them. Next slide, please. The professional standards were first published in 2002, and they give us a shared language of what it means to be a teacher in Scotland. They're divided into 3 areas. Being a teacher in Scotland is all about the heart, the strong values that mean teachers can be trusted. The professional knowledge and understanding is about the head. It's making sure that teachers have the knowledge they need to do their jobs well. And professional skills and abilities is about the hands, what teachers do in class, in school, and in the wider community to give young people the best possible education. We'll go on to the next slide now. So connecting this to our topic today, how do these professional standards relate to the focus on young people and learning for sustainability? Well, GTC Scotland professional standards require teachers to cultivate respectful, inclusive and empowering relationships with young people. These values directly support learning for sustainability, ensuring that education prepares learners to engage responsibly with the world and contribute to a sustainable future. And as you can see from this extract from the professional standards, the principles of the United Nations Conventions on the Rights of the Child are deeply embedded in the professional standards. The global vision of the UNCRC is to ensure that every child everywhere enjoys their full rights to survive, develop, be protected and participate in society without discrimination. And it envisions a world where children are respected as individual rights holders and where their best interests are prioritised in all actions affecting them. We often talk interchangeably about child or young person or pupil or learner as part of our educational vocabulary. Child is defined here by the UNCRC under UK law as any human being under the age of 18. And with the UNCRC incorporation into Scots law, which Betsy mentioned earlier, this increases the focus for us as educators on upholding and protecting the rights of children and our professional commitment to their educational rights. Go on to the next slide, please. Thank you. So by making sure learners have got the opportunity to use their voice and have agency in their learning for sustainability education, we increase the power and the potential for achieving the vision of the UNCRC and our common goal that we're all working on of leaving the planet a better place. I've pulled out here from the professional standards some specific areas to consider, which could be seen as both challenges and also opportunities. If we're to have a culture where the rights of our learners are respected, there must be a meaningful participation in decision making. and of the learning process, and with a genuine focus on listening to young people. Go on to the next slide, please. I've put this next slide in here because it's really about making wise decisions about how to meaningfully engage with learners in a way that aligns with the principles of learning for sustainability. And it requires deep consideration and a commitment to professional learning and reflection to get it right. If we don't get it right, it risks a tick box approach to pupil voice that isn't really going to create transformative impact. Theories of child participation, such as Hart's ladder of participation, can be very helpful for educators to reflect upon the possible paths that they might be choosing to consult with pupils, and what can create transformational change and meaningful impact, and what would maybe just instead be tokenistic. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, just one final thought on the professional standards is that in the standards, the opportunity to learn alongside our learners is acknowledged. And that's a really powerful idea, something that does have the potential to democratise education. So I thought that was a good note to finish on, to go into Betsy and Kirsten being able to introduce our guests today and have the opportunity to learn alongside our learners who are visiting us today. Thanks so much, Betsy and Kirsten.